Hi, everybody. Tune in and see what's going on in your own body, your own system as we start. Notice your breath. And when we do this first initial body scan, it's helpful to notice the contracted spots in the body, anything that might be tight, muscles, any pain signals, anything like that. It's helpful to notice at the beginning. And feel yourself really settling in. This first couple of minutes, we're a little bit busy in the mind often, or maybe in the body as well. So it's good to take a couple of minutes to just settle. Notice your body, your breath, thoughts in your mind before we do the actual practice. Check in with yourself and notice your relationship with yourself. So we have these experiences and we have a relationship with the experience. We have patience, impatience, welcoming, resistance, whatever that might be. Notice that as well. So if you're noticing that your mind is a little bit busy or agitated, notice what your response is to that. And when we notice that our mind is calm and relaxed, our usual response to that is pleasure or enjoyment. Or maybe we don't even notice and then we tune in later. Bringing some invitation or welcoming into whatever it is that's going on inside is part of being kind to ourselves. And often we have these habits that are so entrenched we don't even notice the impatience that we feel with for ourselves, or we get that agitated or restless feeling in the body, and instead of taking a few deep breaths, we might just kind of be frustrated with that. So all of those reactions and responses are so helpful to notice. So take some deeper breaths. Notice your whole body, head to toes. And in these practices, we move from kind of a wide angle lens. We notice the whole space our body is occupying. And sometimes we'll notice the space around our body as well. And then we'll really zoom in to a particular area or a particular focus, like the breath or like thoughts. And we don't get stuck in either one. It's very helpful for the mind and for all kinds of reasons to go between a wide focus and a narrow focus. One of the things that does is it helps us to be mindful in this moment, to stay present to ourselves in this moment. Sometimes we can get kind of a hard edged focus on a thought pattern in the mind or something like that. And shifting that, shaking it up a little, can help us to come back to witnessing, to observing, to being kind and patient. Notice the forehead and eyebrows, your eyes, the corners of your eyes. Let your sense of sight be at rest. If you're not sure about your surroundings, you could look around and just reassure yourself. It's very unlikely if you're doing a practice like this that there's danger in your environment that you have to scan for. Sometimes that scanning is kind of habitual, and it's helpful to look around and remind ourselves, oh, actually, this is okay. I'm safe here. I could let that whole brain activity of sight and vigilance around sight, looking for danger, I could let all of that release and soften and come to rest. So we can relax the muscles in the eyes, the forehead, the eyebrows. Bring your attention to your nose and the flow of air as it comes in and out of your nose. Notice the coolness of the inhale, and notice if one nostril seems cooler as you breathe in. That would be your active nostril. Usually, one nostril has more airflow than the other, and that changes, goes back and forth through the day. What's happening right now in your nostrils? And from the softness of the forehead and eyebrows, down through the eyes and the nose, come to your mouth. Relax the corners of your mouth, your tongue, under your chin, your jaw, and the hinges of your jaw. You can move your lower jaw around a bit if you want. Let your sense of speech be at rest. Relax your throat and your vocal cords. Let your whole mouth soften. Keep a bit of space between your upper jaw and lower jaw so your teeth aren't touching top to bottom. Relax your neck and throat, to the front of the neck, those muscles in the front of the neck and the sides of the neck, from the hinges of your jaw and your ears down through the sides of the neck into your shoulders. Let your shoulders get kind of heavy, and maybe you're supported through your back, and you could let your shoulders completely surrender into the support behind you. But even if you're sitting upright without any support, let your shoulders settle away from your ears. Those muscles of the neck lengthen, soften, and from the sides of the neck and shoulders down into your upper arms and lower arms. Let your arms and hands settle as well. Notice the back of your hands, palms of your hands, and then notice the space between your thumbs and index fingers. Focus all of your attention on that for a moment. And then bring your attention back out to your whole entire body, from your face, neck and shoulders, down through your hands to the fingertips, the whole back of your body, the front, soles of your feet up to the crown of your head. Notice the space as a whole. Notice the space all around your body as well. If you were to move your eyebrows up and down, you would know it helps us to locate where they are. And notice there's probably empty space in front of your face. It might be several feet of empty space. It might be a little bit less, or maybe you're outside and it goes on into the sky. Just notice all the space around your body and notice the whole of your body again, head to toes. Let any forward momentum come to a rest. We just did that with the hands. Relax the shoulders, let them get heavy. Paid attention to the arms and hands. Do the same with your feet. We move about in the world through our feet and legs. And right now, we don't need to move about. So you might shake your legs or move them if you want, or just let them stay still. Let them come to rest as much as that can happen right now, just by reminding ourselves we don't actually need to do anything. We don't need to move in the world. We're doing a resting practice right now. Let your body be at rest. And notice that your body is breathing. There's a movement in your body with your breath. Notice your body is in a certain position. There's certain sensations in your body. And come back again to the relationship that you have with your experience right now. A part of that experience is physical. Our body's in a certain position. There are certain sensations, sense perceptions. There might be pain, tightness, softness. There's the movement of our body with the breath. And notice the closeness of your relationship with your body right now. Because we're all having the direct experience in our body. If our muscles are tight along the back of the neck and shoulders, then we can feel that. Our mind notices our experience. And we also have some reactions to our experience usually. So if our body is very rested and soft and we're breathing with this beautiful, easy rhythm, our experience of that is going to be quite pleasurable. And if we're laying there kind of, or sitting there kind of tight and contracted, and our breath is choppy, we're frustrated that we can't relax, then our experience will be less welcome. Notice what your relationship is with your experience, just right now in this moment. And that can change in an instant. We all of a sudden go, oh, and then we just kind of sink into the body. And we let go of thought or let it move to the background or it shifts completely. Gosh, I'm sitting here so tight and I could just breathe and let that go. I could take a few more deep breaths and let it soften a little bit more. It feels good to do that. And bring your attention to the whole back of your body, back of your neck and shoulders, large muscles of the upper back, down through your lower back, through the backs of your arms, the backs of your legs. And then narrow in again. Observe the back of your neck, your shoulders, the upper back. What are the sensations? What are the muscles doing in the upper back and the neck, back of the neck? This is one of those areas of the body that's often tight and contracted as a protection. We hunch our shoulders and tighten up through the back as a way to protect ourselves. And there might be some energetic tightness there or some energy that still remains even after we've relaxed our shoulders and went, oh, okay, I could let my shoulders get heavy. I could let those muscles soften. I could settle back into the floor or the chair. Our breath gets smoother and deeper. And what's your relationship with if you have the habitual contraction in your back, what's your relationship with that? Sometimes there could be appreciation for the intention to protect, even though it's not actually very helpful. We end up with this really tight neck and shoulders and back. But the intention or the mechanism is protective. And when there's fear in our body, then it's lovely to reassure ourselves. One of the ways that we do that is to pay attention and look to see, is there any threat right now? Is there something that's going to be made better by hunching up through my back and shoulders, by tightening up? And right now, during a practice, it's very unlikely that that would be the case. Most likely, it's the case that if we were to soften, we could have a fresh flow of blood in that area. We could experience some softening, and our whole body gets the message. It's safe to rest, it's safe to relax. Now, we might notice that it's easier to breathe more deeply. It's kind of hard to breathe when our muscles are tight through our back. So take a few deliberately bigger breaths. Notice how the lower rib cage expands as we breathe in. Notice how the belly softens as we breathe out. And let's focus on the breath. The breath is one of the ways that our nervous system evaluates the level of danger or safety. So if we're breathing smooth and even, our nervous system kind of notices that. It's like, oh, okay, things must be actually okay. If we're holding our breath, which we often do when there's fear or threat, our nervous system gears up to protect. And if we breathe deeply, let our belly really soften, let the breath be smooth and with lots of ease, our whole system gets that signal. We're safe. It's okay to rest. And even though I'm putting words to this, it's actually wordless. These signals don't happen necessarily through thought, although it can be reassuring to remind ourselves that we're safe. Just the belly softening, the breath getting deeper is one of the ways that our whole body, our whole system knows that we're safe. For the last couple of minutes of the practice, just notice your system. Enjoy whatever rest there is, whatever ease there is. Let your mind settle. And as much as you can, let all of your thoughts move to the background and enjoy this direct experience in your body. Notice that as a relationship. It's very close, it's very direct, very present. And then when you're ready, open your eyes.